So I first met Dan 11 years ago now, in the summer of 2012, when we were both working at McDonald's. Such a romantic story, I know. To be honest, I wasn't really sure what to make of Dan. You know, those of you who have worked with Dan before, he marches around very purposefully. He's a man of few words, wasn't really sure what to make of him. One of the few interactions that I had with him before we started talking properly was when I had to ring up the restaurant because I'd forgotten what time my shift started the next day. And Dan happened to be the shift manager on shift that evening. So I ring up. Hello, McDonald's, Cambridge, Dan speaking. I was really shitting myself. It's like, hi, it's Francesca. You all right? It's like, yeah, I just wanted to check what time my shift starts tomorrow because I couldn't remember. All right, let me just go and check for you. And there's just this awkward silence while he marches to the room where the rotor's displayed to check what time my shift starts. So after a couple of minutes of just standing silently, awkwardly on the phone, eventually, you start at 10. All right, bye. So yeah, I never would have guessed the feelings that he secretly had for me at that point.
For those of you I haven't chatted to yet, my name's Frances. Frankie and I have been friends for around 10 years now. We first met when we sat next to each other in history class. But I have to admit, we didn't have much of a chance to get to know each other initially, as Frankie seemed to spend most of the time asleep at her desk. I don't know. However, as you probably guessed, as I'm standing here today, Frankie did just about manage to stay awake long enough to give us a chance to get to know each other. And I'm so glad that we did. As Frankie, you're one of the kindest, cleverest, ambitious, and most hard-working women I know. Sorry, I'm going to try not to cry now. Sorry. And I'm so lucky to be able to count you as a best friend. Now, as Kenny alluded to, Dan and Frankie met when they worked together at McDonald's. Now, I know that doesn't sound like the most romantic of settings, but your love story was written in the stars, or at least the golden arches, eh?
As some of you know, public speaking is not my strong suit. So, like my wife, my speech is going to be short and sweet. I think we can all agree I'm probably the luckiest man alive to have such a beautiful wife. Frankie, you've made me so happy over the past 10 years, and I'm really proud to call you my wife. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us.
So those of you who know Dan well in here will know that amongst many other qualities, he is incredibly kind, caring and generous, and he will do all he can to go out of his way to help a friend or a colleague or anyone in need. I feel really lucky to have found him, and I'm really proud of everything that we've built together.
This is what love does. It makes you want to rewrite the world. It makes you want to choose the characters, build the scenery, and guide the plot. The person you love sits across from you, and you want to do everything in your power to make it possible, endlessly possible. And when it's just the two of you, alone in a room, you can pretend that this is how it is, and this is how it will be.